they sit there for like the whole semester, or they're just like wearing like all black, that type of thing. You usually don't know what their deal is. But then all of a sudden they like come up and give a speech, and it's like the first time you've heard them talk, and you're like, whoa, I didn't know that this person was like that. This is kind of that situation right now. That weird kid, just like up at the front. So, like he was, check. I don't want to use this. I'd rather not lean over, make me look shorter than I am. So I'm not trying to do that. I'm from Colorado, like you said, like a really small town, middle of nowhere. A lot of you guys probably don't know who I am, or like anything about me, so I'll kind of get into that. But I used to work for Parks and Rec. If you guys know what that is, it's like they take care of like soccer tournaments and like activities for kids and those sorts of things. And I worked with this main guy named John, and he had like a pretty good life, family, kids, like the white picket fence, like that whole sort of ordeal. And he had like an $80K salary, coach the high school lacrosse team, XYZ, all that kind of stuff. So on paper, it looked like he had a pretty good life, right? By like late 30s, early 40s. But one morning, I'm driving with him after we are doing like a bunch of maintenance to all these soccer fields. And I'm like in college, it's like one of my early years in school, and we're just driving, and I'm like really having a lot of internal anguish and struggle about like, what the fuck am I doing in my life? Like what's going on, like what am I actually gonna do, And I'm thinking all these things were going around, like, oh man, I have class in an hour, blah, 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 blah. And we're driving, and it's like, we're looking at the soccer field, and I'll never forget this. He looks over at me, and he's like, look, I was talking about college, like, what are you gonna do? Like, sort of the things I'm sort of thinking about. I'm like, I don't know, I kind of want to do this, maybe that, blah, 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 blah. And he just starts like looking straight ahead as he's driving, and he's like, I used to have a lot of dreams and goals in my life, and it was so vibrant, and before you know it, you're 45 years old with a wife and 2 kids, wondering why you let everybody else live your life for you. And I was like, yo, what? Like that's crazy, because it's true. Like all these middle class people, like they sort of like let the dreams die with them, just to feed into sort of the overarching narrative of like whatever you want to call it, like capitalism, consumerism, or like getting your job or whatever. But it was at that point where I was like, nah, there's no way. At this point, I'm in college and I'm going to like getting a physiology degree, like a teaching degree. And I'm like, nah, there's no way I'm about to do this 9-to-5 thing. Like, no chance. So that was super important for me, because it was the first time I felt like an adult was actually telling me the truth. It was like all the college professors, they're sort of talking at you a lot of the time, like, listen, look at this, like, look at that, I'm very smart, blah, 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 blah. So it's like, it's hard to relate to them, per se, on that sort of level. But this guy was actually, like, stripping it down and telling me how it really is. And so that resonated with me. And it reminds me, like, where's the point in, you're a kid, and you guys, like, a lot of you, like, most of you are, like, younger than me, but all the kids are cool, right? And you're all against the teachers, sort of. Like, the kids are on one side and the teachers are on the other side, right? And then all of a sudden you start growing up, and before you know it, like, there's like 26-year-olds or however old, and they become teachers, and all of a sudden they're the uncool teachers, and they can't relate to the kids anymore. You get what I'm saying? Like, at what point do you grow up and you lose yourself, You lose touch with who you really are. And that's what's crazy to me. It's just like, for that split second when that guy told me that, he had taken like the mask off of what he was normally supposed to be doing. He's this guy who's supposed to be playing this character. And that's what all these people are doing. It's like playing a character over and over. Like a lot of guys in existentialist theory philosophy, they talk about it. Like they would sit at cafes and they would notice the waiters and be like, this waiter isn't even a man anymore. He is a waiter, and he's like playing the role of a waiter. Well, the same thing is going on. A lot of people are playing the role of a husband, a wife, a college professor, or whatever you want to call it. They're just not aware of it, which is like what I saw in that moment, and I don't like this isn't for me. So I had to like sort of figure out what I wanted to do after that. So, going off like existentialist theory, there is this philosopher named Albert Camus. Yeah, it's all good. They got the point. Murder, you know. you gotta murder yourself.
It's back.
Albert Camus. He wrote this short essay called "Myth of Sisyphus." And basically, the gods punish this man to eternity of pushing this rock or this boulder up a slope. And he just has to push it up for eternity. And as soon as he gets to the top of the slope, the rock rolls all the way back down, and he has to run down the mountain and start it all again. That's exactly how I felt. Like, if I continue on this path and don't take control of my life, like, that's what's going to happen to me. But we're all pushing that boulder up the hill over and over and over. And that moment where we're walking back down the hill is like the reprieve, sort of. So I'm thinking, how do I just make my whole life, how do I enjoy the boulder pushing? Like, if I'm going to work mad hard all the time, and I better be what I want to do, right? So I started taking photos, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to get into some of that, like, later. Because, like, I have a feeling that none of you actually know who I am, which is fine, because, like, I don't even really either, so. Just checking my notes. I wrote this like an hour ago before coming here. Just like keywords, you know. I don't know if you guys know who Virgil Abloh is. He's the men's creative director for Louis Vuitton. He's a friend of mine, but he writes all his speeches like in the Uber rides from the airport to the venue that he goes to. I feel like that right now. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing this.